Sinivusele nonke bakangwane namhla ekuseni. Ngekuthi itfoba lokukhulu nje nangekuhlonipha yonke imigomo lehambelana neluhlelo lwe-COVID. Ngidawucela ukuthi ningivumele ngisuse lokula emlonyeni khona sitokhona ukuthi sivane. Ngidakudama ngako konke lokusemandleni ami ukuthi ngicophelele ukuthi ngede ngabeka noma ngabe ngimuphi wenu engotini. Ngendlela nje ukuthi site uvana kulo msebenzi walamuhla. Honorable Minister, Acting Minister of ICT, Babe Khumalo, siyathokoza kakhulu kuba nawe lamuhla. Sithi sisusa liviki, silisusa kanye nawe. Lokhu kutasinika ligcozi, kusinikete nemandla ekukhuthatela. Kusho ukuthi kukhicita kwethu kwaleli viki kutaba sicophelweni lelikhulu kakhulu. Siyabonga kakhulu Mdungwa. Ngidawuthanda ukuthi nginivusele nonke bekunene ngeluhlelo lwenu. Ngidawucala ngekuthi ngemukele yona indvuna. Sengibongile kuyo ukuthi ibe nathi. Ngibese ngiya etiko laka ICT. Ngicela ngibonge kubo bonke laba ka ICT labangibona labengamele inhlangano le yanikwa umsebenzi ukuthi ilawule tindzaba tekuxhumana yeveni iESCOM. Siyabonga kubambisana Ministry of ICT. Ngaphandle kwenu kungaba likhuni ukuthi sikhone kwenda umsebenzi wethu. Ngicela ukuthi ngibonge Chief Executive Officer of ESCOM Babe Mvila Wembidlamini, because your guidance when we're doing the work that we do is able and appropriate for us to be able to deal with the mandate that we have been given by the Kingdom of Eswatini. Ngicela kubonga acknowledge libandla leli kuba umsebenzi we-National Cybersecurity Awareness Working Team kanye nasihlalo walo. Silapha nje lamuhla ngekuthi kukhona labasilungiselela kona to commemorate this month. Bonke labamelele ematiko akahulumende lakhona eKangwane siyanemukela lamhla ekuseni. Tinhlangano tonke lesisebenzisana nato nemukelekile bonkosi lamhla ekuseni. Tinini tetfu temaphephandzaba kanye nemisakato yonke eKangwane. We also acknowledge your presence and appreciate you this morning. Bonkosi sonke tsine labanye lesikhona lalamhla semukelekile siyabonga. Ngicela kutetfula nina bakangwane. My name is Lindiwe Dlamini. I am part of the team that is responsible for regulating the ICT industry in Eswatini. Lamuhla lenginiketwe ukuthi ngikwende kuncane kakhulu is to assist the specialist unpack for us what cybersecurity means, especially with regard to the Kingdom of Eswatini. Utsitiwe angemukele konke umvulo khona endlini. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi sengikwendile lo mangabe bengingakakusho wena. Ngicela ukuthi utivele ucomfortable and be prepared to ensure that we are cyber safe during this month of November. Ngidawuthatha leli thuba kenyalo ukuthi ngicele Chief Executive waka ESCOM Mvila Wembidlamini etengembili to set the scene, because we need to understand what National Cybersecurity Month means for the Kingdom of Eswatini in 2020. Ngosi.
Siyabonga Program Director, Acting Minister for ICT, Honorable Mancoba Khumalo, representative of the PS and the Ministry of ICT, ESCOM staff are here, members of the media, the organizing committee for the cybersecurity awareness, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Cyber attacks are now so common. Recent reports show that hackers attack a computer every 39 seconds in the US. The advent of IoT is exponentially increasing the number of connected devices, while AI and machine learning could be used to trigger automated cyber attacks based on certain criteria. Should we be scared? Of course. It is my privilege to welcome all of you this morning to this year's edition of Eswatini National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, themed Do Your Part, Be Cyber Smart. In November 2019, the government of Eswatini and Eswatini Communications Commission, in partnership with other stakeholders, launched the first cybersecurity awareness campaign. Following the success of the campaign, November was then officially declared as the Cybersecurity Awareness Month for Eswatini. The most welcome digital transformation and dispensation poses a new type and ever-present threat to our safety and security. We're used to dealing with conventional threats and terrorism in the real world. Today, we're confronted by the scourge of online scams, fake news, cyber attacks in digital platforms. Malicious cyber attacks can and do debilitate entire systems, disrupt the economy and our daily lives, and in extreme cases lead to injury and death. Research from the ITU and UNESCO in the 2019 report launched by the Broadband Commission for Sustainable Development Goals purports that more than 50% of the world's population is now online, wherein children constitute more than 30% of internet users. By 2022, another 1.2 billion new users would have been added to this figure, with children being the fastest growing online demographic. Evidently, the continuous reliance on the internet by people and nations around the world has become conspicuous over time. 2020 and the advent of COVID-19 pandemic has further demonstrated how increasingly dependent governments, the private sector, and individuals are on technology. Indeed, the reliance on ICT and the World Wide Web has led to immeasurable opportunities for citizens, especially the youth, who rely on the internet to conduct research, attend classes, study, and socialize, among others. As our digital networks expand and the internet becomes a modern necessity, many cannot do without. It is essential that everyone recognizes the importance of cultivating good cyber hygiene to better secure their online activities. In short, to be savvy about the dangers in cyberspace and take the necessary precautions to protect ourselves from the cyber criminals. We must prepare ourselves by nurturing the instincts and acquiring requisite skills necessary to defend ourselves against these new threats of the digital age. Honorable Minister, to improve the regulatory regime for cybersecurity, this Commission, through the Minister of ICT, submitted a draft cybersecurity bill to Cabinet and has since been forwarded to Parliament for consideration. Cybersecurity Awareness Month is a joint effort by the government and the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini, the Commission, and other entities to make sure companies, governments, as well as ordinary citizens understand their responsibilities to do everything they can to be secure online. Children and young people make up a significant percentage of internet users. Hence, in spite of some of these advantages mentioned, the utilization of the internet has led to children and young people becoming more and more exposed to online sexual abuse through cyber grooming, cyberbullying, cyber stalking, sexting, and gaming applications. During the awareness drive last year, the campaign was able to visit 4 high schools in the kingdom, 1 from each region, in order to sensitize our young people on the significance of cybersecurity. It is the Commission's mandate to ensure the protection of consumers as they use electronic communication services, as well as promote innovative, secure communications infrastructure and the delivery of related services in the country. With the introduction of these services on digital platforms, these groups are being targeted and exploited, particularly for financial gain. The campaign will raise cybersecurity awareness issues that the vulnerable population face, translating the messages to a language that they will understand, providing them with basic tools, encouraging them to play a role in ensuring that they're safe online. Cybersecurity today concerns everyone. Cybersecurity does not discriminate. The question is not if you will be attacked, but rather when. Cyber attacks pose an existential threat to our security and our economies, not only at a technical level, but also it is eroding the trust of the citizens. Let us do our part and be resilient through minimizing the risk of exposure by following the awareness guidelines. May the Almighty God bless us all.
Thank you, Mr. Lamini. Siyabonga kakhulu. I do believe that as a country, we started the commemoration of Cybersecurity Month in the year 2019. Last year, what we focused on mainly was the issue of data protection. We have since realized that as much as we need to ensure that we look after our data, it is important for the country to ensure that the requisite legislation is made available in order to protect the citizens, to protect the country from such attacks. Ngiyayithanda indlela la ibeke ngayo umlangeni uthi I discriminate cybersecurity. How I wish it could, because I would have said I discriminate against lemaswati ingete yakithi, but unfortunately we can't control it. Kula malanga lesiphila kuwo, we have since realized that the vision that was set for us by His Majesty of moving this country to first world status now sounds like he was being prophetic, in the sense that soon after that had happened, we were hit by a phenomena that requires us to run towards first world status, because i-corona seyende kuthi impilo ingasabi njengoba besiyade. Unfortunately, the direction that it has taken us to is a direction wherein we live online. Akusasiko that we log on, we just live online. And online is like a highway wherein you would not want to place your baby emgwaqweni lapho imoto tihamba khona at 120 kilometers an hour because of the dangers that would be there. When we say that, let us all do our part, we mean from the topest levels, meaning that at the legislative level, we need to ensure that the country is protected, and then also go to organizations so that they also are aware that they need to protect the assets of the kingdom by ensuring that everything that we are doing online is cyber smart. And then also cascade down to individuals, because it all starts with an individual. This month is a month where we shall be reminding each other about all that we need to do in our respective institutions. We remain safe as a country. Trust me, there is no going back. We are now going to be living online. So let us take our bags, our luggage, and board nasistimela lokuthiwa online, because that is where we live. But let us make sure that we have the right protection in order not to experience difficulties. Njengoba sisho ukuthi during this month we will be talking cybersecurity non-stop. There are certain activities that has been organized and arranged by the awareness team that shall be taking place in the various places within the kingdom. And in this new country or in this new environment that we have, Zoom. Bengide passport lengivumela ukuthi ngiye to that country, but now I do have. Everybody is on Zoom, and that is where we are working. Now, at this point in time, I would like to request Dr. Andile Metfula, the chairman of the working team, to come and unpack for us the campaign that is going to be taking place during this November in 2020. Yeah.
Minister, the representative of the Principal Secretary, the Chief Exec, SECOM, all protocol observed, good morning. Nduna, this is a journey we started last year when your ministry set up a number of working groups. As the outreach and awareness group, our task, Honorable Minister, is getting out there and teach Eswatini about the importance of cybersecurity. As a group, we are alive to the fact that this task is important not only to people's lives, but also to the economy of the country. Investors do look at cyber issues when looking for investment destinations. Honorable Minister, on behalf of the working group, I would like to thank your ministry, you and your ministry, for the unwavering support. ESCOM for the generous support. This would have been very difficult without their ever-present support and gratitude and guidance. So we do thank them immensely. To our partners, Jenny, Real Image Computronics, Bankers Association, the Central Bank, FSRA, MTN, Eswatini Mobile, thank you for your support. And to the employers of the members of the working group, thank you. These are ESCOM, EPTC, UNESWA, Eswatini Mobile, Limkokwing, Eswaka, ECOT, Eswatini TV, the Royal Eswatini Police, the Judiciary, RSTP, Government, and EBIS. And many thanks to Eswatini TV and EBIS for assisting us in content development and for running our content. This month, you will see on TV, you will hear on radio, us sending messages to Eswatini about the importance of cybersecurity. Honorable Minister, in 2019, when Cyber Month started, like Maga has mentioned, we had a theme for each week, and each week we visited a school. The schools were selected to cover the 4 regions of the country, and we targeted rural schools, and we had a reason for that, because the schools in our towns, the schools in Babana, the schools in Manzini, the schools in Matapa, they get some of these opportunities during the year, but the ones in rural areas, they do not have that opportunity. So that is why, Honorable Minister, we picked rural schools. We also ran content on radio and on TV. Our message, Honorable Minister, in 2019 to Eswatini was to be cyber aware and to be cyber smart. Honorable Minister, in 2020, we will continue to have weekly themes. Week 1, we will be saying to Eswatini, take stock and secure your device. That is what we'll be saying this week. Kusukela itolo bekunene is week 1, because itolo bekung the 1st of November. Week 2, we look at how we can keep our families safe online. Week 3 is interesting. It's interesting, because it coincides with International Fraud Week. So we will be looking at fraud and scams. Week 4 will be about securing data. On top of this, at the end of each week, we will be visiting a tertiary institution. CE, in his speech, he mentioned that last year we visited schools, which is, the expectation is that it's kids or it's learners below the age of 18. So this year, our target is those that are now at tertiary level. So week 1, which is this week on Friday, we will be down in Tlangano at Ngwane College, sending our message to students, communicating with students. Week 2, we will be in Manzini. We will be at the William Pitcher College. Week 3, we will be in Babane ECOT. Week 4, we will be at Limkokwing. This year, on top of this, Honorable Minister, we have crucial target groups that we are looking to interact with through seminars and workshops. These are parliamentarians, the judiciary, that is prosecutors and other law enforcement officers and CIOs. And there is a reason for that. We understand that these groups are very important in crafting, passing, and enforcing laws and policies which can change the cybersecurity landscape in the kingdom. We will also be having our content on radio and on TV, just like we did last year. This year, Honorable Minister, we are going out to say to Eswatini, do your part, be cyber smart. Nduna, as we had mentioned when we met in this country that the program director talked about, Zoom, the team presented to you something, and when we presented this thing to you, we said, Mdunga, it's going to be a one-stop shop. It's going to be a mall for cybersecurity matters in Eswatini. I'm talking about the website. So we've incorporated all your comments, Honorable Minister, and we would like to present it to you one more time. I'm going to ask Ms. Nhlabatsi, Ms. Nondotuzo Nhlabatsi, to come present, Honorable Minister. I said, Nduna, I just want to say to all of us present here today, to all of us who are present here today, ngiyacela, let's carry this message to our homes, to wherever we go, to our organizations. Let's carry this message. Sibatshele ukuthi we now have a responsibility, all of us. We have to do our part, and we have to be cyber smart in the year 2020 until 2021, where we have another theme. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, kuba inkinga vele to adopt new countries late nemigomo lesingade ukuthi hamba siphi, but eventually we will get to know how it works in this new environment that we are in. Whilst they are setting up, may we request Yema to come and render the music or the entertainment that we are awaiting. And I believe that once we are entertained, then we'll go back online and continue with the program. Siyabonga.
All protocol observed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nompendulo Sibanze, but I go by the stage name Niema, with a double A, not the triple you may have seen on the program. And I will be your entertainment for this morning. Place my hand in yours. Never let me go. Even when the world is not promised, and even when the world reaches its climax, I still pray our love in yours. Salanami, Ishalanawe, your forever is all I need. Yeah, that's all I need. Darling, can't you see? I love you endlessly. When time has passed away, you're at your lowest, I'll be right there to help help you be your strongest, and I pray our love will grow. It's not an hour, 'cause your forever is all I need. Yeah, that's all I need.
The Honorable Minister, all protocol observed, good morning. My name is Nonduduzo Nhlabati. I am a team member from the National Cybersecurity Outreach and Awareness Group. As Dr. Metfula had briefly introduced, as a team, our objective is to ensure that the citizens of Eswatini are aware when it comes to issues of cybersecurity. So what better way to teach or educate eMaSwati than to have it as an online platform? So mine briefly is to walk you through the website, but please take note that this is still a work in progress. So now that we are in the month of November, we are still working to populate or add content onto the website. So I will just walk you through. So one thing is, the objectives for this website was to let the citizens of Eswatini aware on matters of cybersecurity and also provide them with resources. So resources can come in the form of reading material. Resources can come in the form of videos which can be downloaded. And also the purpose of this website was to allow the citizens to be able to report any cybersecurity incidents. Fortunately, our team does contain members from the Royal Eswatini Police, so it would be an easier process. So I will begin. So this is our website. This is how it currently looks like. This is what we call our landing page. So when you log into this website, this is the page that you will see. As you look to your right, left, we have our current trends. As mentioned before, we are living in COVID times, so we are all going online or digital. So this is just to look at the current trends now that we are in the pandemic of COVID-19. I was too fast, sorry. So this is just our landing page, a brief summary on what cybersecurity or cyber awareness is. And then here we have our About Us. So this is just information on what cybersecurity is and the team members that are from the National Cybersecurity Outreach, the objectives of this particular working group. And again, we do have the different working groups which are responsible for different aspects when it comes to cybersecurity. So we do have their information on the working groups. As advised by the Ministry of ICT, we do have our team. So this is just the different team members that comprise or that we have in the National Cybersecurity Outreach and Awareness. So we have team members from many different institutions and organizations that are there. So this is just the team members that we have. So it's different individuals from different organizations and institutions. And here, this is how users are able to get in touch with us if they do have any questions or if they do have any comments or suggestions regarding matters of cybersecurity. And then here we have a platform which is Report an Incident. Like I had said, this website will provide users with a platform to be able to report any cybersecurity incidents. We do have members from the Royal Eswatini Police. So this is just a form, an online form that users would have to fill in. So you have to put in your name, your last name, your name of the organization if you do have, your email address, as well as your contact details, which are very important. And then here we have the type of incident that you might be a victim of. So we are aware that it's not everyone that will be familiar with the IT jargon. So we do have a drop down, but if you are not too sure with what the incident is, you can make a selection of I don't know, and you have the option to describe the incident below. So once your incident has been reported, the Economics Crime Unit from the police department will be the ones that will be responsible and do a follow-up on that incident that has been reported. So now that we are in November, November marks National Cyber Month, so we do have the different events that will be taking place in this month of November. As Dr. Metfula had mentioned, we do have the different activities that are there. So today we do have our opening ceremony. We are going to be having webinars, we are going to be having school visits, tertiary school visits. So all of that is also available on our website. And then we do have resources, like I had mentioned. We said that we wanted Eswatini to be able to download content. So if you are a school teacher, you should be able to get information. If you're an IT manager and you want to administer training for your colleagues, you should be able to get information here. So we do have firstly our online safety videos. These online safety videos are basically videos or clips that were taken by the different team members when they visited, for instance, Gusile Breakfast Show. We also do have online safety videos, which is in the form of informationals, those that are currently playing on Eswatini TV. We also do have reading material. So reading material is basically where users are able to download content. So if you need information on how to secure your device, for instance, you are able to get that information. If you need information regarding phishing, cyberbullying, you are able to download that particular content. So like I had said, we are still working on adding more things or populating the website as we go. And then lastly, we have our frequently asked questions, which is a form of a help system. So this is basically to provide users again with content, but content that is customized to Eswatini. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, when I stood up here, I did mention that I am not a specialist in anything. When I started working for ESCOM, I had a title that said I was a general manager, meaning that I just manage anything in general. So today we are here listening to the people who know. We're listening to the specialists. They are cautioning us about what is happening in this new environment that we are in. And ladies and gentlemen, I must say we do appreciate this. I have been in the ICT industry, I think sengibange 20 years, so ngikhona. Ngaqala ngisebenza kwenye inkampani kwakuthiwa kuseposini. But the interesting thing that I found when I got there was that kwakunaleli post, and then there was a telecommunications section. Kodwa kwakungadiwa ukuthi kuka-telecoms, kwakuthiwa kuseposini. So when I got there, I thought that my job was going to involve mainly le posini lokugcoba itembe ukuthi incwadi ifike kamanzini noma iye enhlangano noma njani. But I found that there was another wing to the whole thing, which was more about what we're talking about today, that is the ICTs. Namuhla, we are speaking about being online. That shows that as a country, we have moved on. Asigemi where we were then. Wo ndvuna sebalishintsha naleli gama. Lafika kwaba ka SPTC, lamhla sekuka EPTC. Lokusho kona ukuthi kancane kancane siyabona lokho ukuthi I-emphasis ifanele ukuthi ibe ngakuphi. But I do believe that soon we shall be able to pinpoint the ICT aspect of that organization because it is at the core of what we are doing even today. Kulamalanga laphelile, there has been outages, singakhoni nekuthinzana. Kanti phela during this time of COVID, we are relying more on the ICTs in order to be able to continue with work. I think sengikhulume kakhulu ndvuna about myself. Ngidawucela nje ngekuthoba lokukhulu ukuthi ngeke ngicele nasi specialist lesinye lesike savela lapha sathi nje hlakabeti seva ukuthi asisadzingi ukuthi silalele bo Beyonce. Angikwathi nalokulibita leligama lakhe. Silalele naba bakithi ngoba sesiyabona ukuthi eMaswati asakhulile nawe eMaswati asakhona ukuthi akhulume. Lihle ke futhi naleli gama lakhe uthi nje yema. Angisho ke malangeni lamahle ukuthi Yema is one of the local artists who has been unveiled by the contests la khona lapha kaNgwane lapho kukhonjiswa khona emakhono eMaswati ikakhulu kuletitaka entertainment. She is a new artist but she's already accomplished. I think you can all attest to that indeed she is good. Ngidawucela nje ngekuthoba lokukhulu simnike lithuba ukuthi aphindze asithi nje kancane before indvuna iqhubeke. Ngabe bengidamfaka ekugcineni manje nayo indvuna ngiyafisa ukuthi imuve kabili khona nayo itohambe yathi ukuthi Eswatini whilst we are online but we can still be entertained the Swazi way. Yema.
Thank you once again for the opportunity. So this next song that I'm going to sing is a song by India Ari. It's called Steady Love. I hope you enjoy.
Steady love, ooh, steady love, ooh, steady love, ooh, steady love. The way that he looks at me and he holds my hand, he wants everyone to know I'm his woman and he is my man. We can talk about anything, he's got nothing to hide. He's not afraid of his feelings, he's not a slave to his pride. He's giving me love so steady, he touches my heart. Now I'm ready, and he touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady. Ooh, steady love. Ooh, steady love. I have never met a man that I wanted to be his wife, and then he came along. It's so natural to make a life, and he's the perfect compliment, 'cause I'm a boss in my world. And when we're together, he just makes me feel like his girl. He's giving me love, so steady, and he touches my heart. Now I'm ready. Oh, he touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady. He puts every other man I've ever known to shame, and I just wanna be with him, talk to him, sleep near him, walk with him, be with him, and I wanna wanna be lovers and friends and mother his children, make breakfast on Sunday, fight and then make up again, cause if life's gonna be crazy anyway, I wanna do it with him. Hey. Ooh. Steady love. He's a good father. He's a good cook. He loves his basketball and he loves a good book. I'll tell you how I know he's the perfect one for me. Cause he's a warrior in the streets, but he's a king in the sheets. He's giving me love so steady. He touches my heart. Now I'm ready. Yeah, he touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady. Yeah. Ooh. Steady love. Hey. Steady love. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, it's a Monday. It's the start of the week. Let us not regress to the weekend. As at this moment in time, I'd like to request Mr. Andreas Dlamini, who is the representative of the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, to come up front and introduce our guest speaker this morning. Taking you back online. Siabo.
Honorable Minister, SECOM CE, all distinguished guests, I can see the room is full of very important and honorable people. We can see our partners, Honorable Minister, coming from all the different stakeholders. We have the operators here. We have the educational institutions. We have our police force. We have the Ministry of ICT. We have the regulator and other stakeholders who have come to be with us on this very important day. Honorable Minister, with you, ngasebenzisa ikhona indoda yasebenzisa ligama lelikhulu yathi indefatigability. Honorable Minister, sihamba sishaya sprint and yet sishaya marathon. Yesterday or last night, we were in another very important work. Le besisebenda kwaze kwaba sebusuku. Namuhla, here you are again. Awukakhali ngekutsinwa nekubanjanjane, but you are here with us to take the way forward. Lesathunywa wona silive. Gafishane nje angisho Honorable Minister ukuthi sinalama working groups aze ang5 langona asibukele tindzaba taka cybersecurity. Namhlanje lesingayo la ngile working group yaka outreach and awareness lephinze ibe ne responsibility ye capacity building within it. Angisho Honorable Minister ukuthi these are very busy people in their different places of work. However, they've been able to spare some time just to work for their country, to work for their nation. Abaholi, they are doing it out of love for the people of Eswatini.
Ngalawo magama lamafishane, Honorable Minister, I would like to request you to come and address the forum. Thank you.
Let's tend to come and go intifati what? Intifakiti, I can't say that. It's a tongue twister. The program director in absentia, thank you very much. To the principal secretary or his representative today, the ECCOM CEO, Babe Dlamini, chairman of the team of the Outreach and Capacity Building Working Group, captains of industry present here today, government officials, members of the media, esteemed delegates, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. It's a great way to start the week, to come to such a well-organized event and have such world-class entertainment. It's a great start to the week. I wish I could start my week with Yema every Monday. She's amazing, isn't she? Yeah. Nami sengifuna kuyibona le ndoda lakhuluma ngayo to see how I measure up. She says this man puts every other man she has ever met to shame. Uyabona ukuthi akusindvo lena livela kancane. I am really excited to be here this morning. It is my singular honor to be here today to join with you at the launch of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign 2020. Internationally, this campaign is held in the month of October, but we have chosen to hold it in Eswatini in the month of November. And following the tradition of our police force and the Eswatini Bankers Association, this month makes sense for us. This is a collaborative effort between government and industry to make sure that every citizen is safe online. Online banking and shopping, the use of mobile data services and voice over internet protocols, telephony are just some of the examples of how far the integration of ICTs in our daily lives has advanced. This particular Awareness Month also sees an amazing launch of the website that we just saw. A great deal of work has gone into the creation of this particular website. And it was created by the Cybersecurity Outreach and Capacity Building Working Group. And I have been consulted along the journey of the creation of the website, as Dr. Metula was saying. And I made a very small contribution. He made it sound like it was a big contribution, a very small contribution into how the website should be. But this website will serve as an information resource and platform for sharing and reporting incidents. We all agree that the internet is increasingly becoming interwoven in the daily lives of individuals. It has brought about positive change to the way people communicate, has opened up new avenues for business and improved efficiencies, and has also given governments the opportunity to offer their services online. We are on the cusp of a very exciting time with tremendous opportunities. As with technological advancement and automation, new jobs are being created, and young people are continuously being challenged to really align their skill set to the new skills that are required in the business space of today and tomorrow. Cyber criminals are very constantly finding new ways to infiltrate the internet. And because of the nature of the internet, it is easy for these criminals to go unpunished. In fact, it's easy for them to go unnoticed and undetected. Furthermore, many of those who use the internet are oblivious, are unaware of the threats that may exist, and therefore may not know how to detect such risks and how to deter these criminals. There is therefore much work to do to strengthen cybersecurity as a key foundation of our digital economy, as cyber attacks have become commonplace and translate into huge economic losses around the globe. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the outbreak of COVID-19 has seen a decline in physical human interactions, hence the rapid increase in the use of internet worldwide. Individuals have become more reliant on online services. Companies and governments have some of their services on online platforms. I'll make a very simple example. Last week, in my other hat, the Ministry of Commerce, we were hosting a virtual trade fair in Taipei. And it was conducted completely virtually and hosted by Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority. We were able to display virtually everything that they can access and buy Eswatini. And I generally think it is actually more effective than traveling to Taipei and holding a physical trade fair, because now you also get to harness the power of platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and all of the platforms that exist, where people can access the entire event at their most opportune time. So it really speaks to the fact that the world has changed, and the quicker we adapt to that change, the more ready we will be to attain His Majesty's vision of a first world state by 2022. The use of broadband services worldwide has increased by 47% since the pandemic began, 47%. So we were, I think somebody said, walking towards Vision 2022. I think it was the program director. But right now, we are sprinting towards it because we have been forced by circumstances to fast track our embrace of technology and our assimilation into the digital space. 47% is huge. I was speaking to a bank CEO locally, Dr. Metula. He was saying they used to budget around 3 million a month for all their costs of using the internet. But since COVID began, they are now having to actually budget about 10 million a month for the same budget line. And that is simply because people are working more from home, people are traveling less and less meetings, etc. And this is the business of the future, and things will definitely become different in the future. Eswatini then is no exception to cybercrime. And with a staggering increase in commercial crimes, concerted efforts have been taken by His Majesty's government and the private sector to ensure safer internet for everybody. In the year 2017, with the assistance of the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, and Commonwealth Telecommunication Organization, CTO, we conducted a cybersecurity capacity review. This exercise assessed cybersecurity capacity and maturity based on 5 key dimensions. The first one being policy and strategy, culture and society, education, training and skills, legal and regulatory frameworks, as well as standards, organizations, and technologies. In that review, stakeholders opined that, among other things, Eswatini has inadequate training capacity and lack of specialized expertise in cybersecurity. Moreover, it was noted that there is generally a limited awareness of cybersecurity across all segments of our society. As we start this campaign, let us endeavor to do our best to ensure that we inculcate a cyber secure mindset and culture amongst all citizens of Eswatini. To successfully achieve this target, we need to remain vigilant all year round. It is not just about this month, but it is an all year round level of awareness that we need to step up to. And may I also challenge our stakeholders in the education sector to strongly consider introducing cybersecurity programs in the curriculum to ensure that as a country we generate the necessary human capital to counter cyber threats. This year, 2020, we will once again work together to drive cybersecurity awareness and use the new tool, this website that we saw, to educate ourselves more on the subject. The theme of the campaign is Do Your Part, Be Cyber Smart. The campaign aims to capacitate individuals, businesses, and leaders, providing them with tools and tips on the role they have to play to ensure a safer cyberspace for everyone. The main objective is to invoke a culture of security and responsibility by teaching and raising awareness about cyber threats, including the prevention of data breaches and securing and managing sensitive data. The country's long-term vision always encourages us to work in strategic partnerships to realize whatever developmental goals which will take our country forward. Even in this instance, we need to ensure that our country is safe online. We continue to work with various partners to ensure that all the bases are covered. It is really encouraging to see all the different stakeholders here at Director working very well together and pursuing a common purpose. It tells me this particular strategy that we just launched is actually going to work as we not only catch up with the rest of the world in terms of cybersecurity, but aim to be, leaders in the continent in the area of cybersecurity. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I now declare the Eswatini National Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign 2020 and the new website www.eswatinicybersecurity.gov.sz officially launched. May the Almighty God bless you. Sinkosi, I need to do this in Siswati as well. But I won't read silula Swati asidinga ukuthi usifunze empeleni masifunza bese uyasibhimba. Bekunene sithanza nje kubonga kakhulu, sibonge nje ke mhlawumbe bonke labakhona endlini kule launch lesihlangane ngayo lamuhla yale cyber security awareness kule nyanga ya November. Emhlabeni wonke ke le campaign ye cyber security awareness iyendeke ngenyanga ya October noma ke impala kepha ke thina sibona ukuthi ngoba bese vele likhona luhla mhlawumbe embuthweni wembube nabo bemabhange labe bavele ba usebenza lo msebenzi siboneke ukuthi silitiko ikakhulu sisebenzisana nenkampani ya regulator isicom asivele siqhubeke thine siyente ngalo November lwedi le cyber security awareness month. Siyathokoza kakhulu ukubona lo msebenzi uqhubeka ngesivinini lesiphakeme ngoba uma livela kangwane litawufika ku 2022 ekubeni live lesithi ngesilungu yi first world state lokunenge lesikwendako sidabe sesikwenda mhlawumbe kubotongqondo mshini which is digitally lokho kwekusho ukuthi kufanele ukuthi sikhaliphe futhi la ekuvikeleni sive ekuvikeleni inkampani, ekuvikeleni uhulumende, ekuvikeleni nelive lonke nje kwekuthi letigange lokhanza ukuthi tiyangena kubongqondo bomshini mhlawumbe tigange ngaloko letiganga ngako noma tithatha mhlawumbe imininingwane yemuntu tiyisebenzise ngalokungemthetho noma tithathe imali tebantfu batisuse la bathi mikisengcenye lapho kungakafanele khona noma nje babulale mhlawumbe i-information lekhona bayisuse iphele kanzi mhlawumbe siyayidzinga bebe mhlawumbe nemakhadi akho mawuthi ungena ebhange noma ke kubo ATM khanze bayathatha noma bangene kubo email yakho uthi uyabhala ucansi ubhalela umuntu kanti sekukhona lomunye lobukako konke nje lokuganga lokukanjalo sithi ke silivela kangwane sevele sineluhla lengitawuthi strategy lesivele sesilisukumisile kwekuthi silwe nako kunemithetho nje lekhankanywako eParliament kulamalanga labe kakhuluma ngawo nje director idolo ebusuku besikhona la edudane nalapha kuthiwa kuse Happy Valley sihlangene nebahlonishwa ama-MPs siboka lemithetho lokuthi siqola kanjani kuze ukuthi mase seyiphuma iya eveni isite ukuthi vele le cyber crime yehle lokho ke kuyasijabulisa kakhulu ngoba kusho ukuthi vele start sicetha kusebenza konke lesikusebenzako bese sesifaka ke eveni lemithetho yonke ledzingekako siphindze sifake nalamathulusi onke ladzingekako kepha ke lokukhulu kakhulu lesingako kulenyanga kwekuthi bantfu babe nelwadi lo sithi awareness bantfu baconze kahle kwekuthi uma ngabe ungena kungqondo womshini wakho noma kusecingweni lwakho noma ku iPad yakho noma ku computer yakho ku laptop yakho akunanzaba ukuthi ungena kanjani yini tingoti letikhona yini bungoti lekufanele ukuthi ucaphele ububalekele nekwekuthi ke ungatiphephisa kanjani wena ngeke ngalalela nje Eswatini TV babejele asifundzisa lapha lo sembuthweni wembube kepha lo hola lona loluhla lo cybersecurity lokuthi vele kufanele ukuthi kube irresponsibility yami lokuthi ngadi lokuthi yini bungoti baloku mhlawumbe lengikwendako bese ke ngiyabuka ukuthi ngitithethe intinyathelo tekutivikela lokho kepha ngeke ukwende uma ungadi le cyber security month ke yaloko ukuthi sifundzisane selulekane sibonisane siphindze futhi satisane ngetindzaba tebungoti tabongqondo bomshini sitfokotela nekubona na iwebsite lesesiyibonile lamhla lapha basethulela lelibandla lebelisebenta le awareness leliholwa ngudokotela Methula sesebente umsebenzi lomuhle kakhulu sevele siyibonile le website ngiyethemba nje ukuthi seyivele seyiyasebenza seyilive lapho sive sesingangena khona sifunze ngako konke lokwendekako ungakhanza futhi netindzaba letinsha nje kulo lesithi lokutrendako ngabo cyber security soyakhona ukuthola khona ukuthi oh kulamalanga sebangena kanje seba mosha kanje bese uyadivikela lokho siyakujabulela kakhulu siyakubonga kakhulu umuntu ethatha kakhulu kepha nje kubonga kakhulu bonke lebente lomsebenzi ukuthi ube impumelelo shangathi inkosi nganibusisa
Ulu ndona yengonyama sesibonga nekokuthi ngekuba khona kwakho lamhla sesifunze igama lelisha sithe nje belifakwe leligama awu nami ngagijima ngaya kumzala wafika mzala wangitshela ukuthi lisho ukuthini leligama lo sekusele nje nduna yenkosi ukuthi sale ngifunza lokulibida ngoba hey lelukhuni kusho kona ke ukuthi nalaba lo sebenza nabo sebabonile ukuthi ukhuthele sibili nabo ngiyabona sebahetela kakhulu kusho ukuthi kutawudzinga ukuthi bangene emgwaqweni bagijime kude ukuthi batothola emandla mndungu ukuthi bakhone ukudvonsana lengabe ledvonsa kangaka for the benefit of my other fellow Swazis who didn't know what this big word was. All it means is that it speaks to a person who is tireless. Now sebenta ke nengabe ledvonsako vele hayi khona kwamadimi. Kepha ke noko siyabonga buholi bakho lo bunanatela buholi bengonyama le visionary lobuka embili ngoba uma ngabe umholi abuka nonke la khona khona kusho ukuthi lembi inganehlula kufuna ukuthi lohola imbi yena abonele ngembili kude kuthi into bese niyalungisela nini labanye ama follows lungiselele ukuthi stay ngoba kanjani lembi but yena sekabonile ukuthi ihamba kanjani. That is to say that our moving towards Vision 2022 is a must because it was pointing us into the future. Sengibonile ndvuna ukuthi vele cha uyadvonsa sibili. Nangu umlangeni lapha ngengamethula ngathi principal secretary. Nyalo futhi sengidamethula kulesinye sikhundla. So utawenda lomnye umsebenzi. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to request Mr. Andreas Lamini, the Director of Communications in the Ministry of ICT, to come up front and give us a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Program Director. Bekunene silitiko laga ICT. We are very, very happy. We are very much appreciative of our collective efforts working as a team. As the Minister has already pointed out, that the Police and Bankers Association have been doing this work in a certain week in November, where they were conscientizing the people, the nation, about issues of fraud and cybercrime. Then, as a ministry, we have adopted, following that tradition, that now it's going to be a Cybersecurity Awareness Month, where we all come together. This line here, which says, cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. It calls upon each and every one of us, in whatever organization we are serving, to put our efforts together and work to keep our country safe. The first point to keep the country safe is to keep your own gadget, your own machine, your own online account safe. And by bringing all this together, it brings out a safer kingdom of Eswatini. There is the cybersecurity strategy that the minister referred to. Soon it will come into operation, and again I hope and I believe that every one of us will come and play their part. As the theme says, do your part, #be cyber smart. Sithanza kubonga Dr. Metula and his team, the Cybersecurity Awareness and Outreach Team. Ngicela nje manje siyishayele tandla. They join the team of the indefatigable. They work so hard bekunene. Kulesinye isikhathi basebenza kusho ebusuku. And they travel around the country teaching people about cybersecurity. And we want to thank NEMA institutions labaqhamuka kuwo for giving them lesikhathi sekuthi bahambe bayosebenzela live. Siyabonga kakhulu baqashi, siyabonga kakhulu team, siyabonga kakhulu Escom ukuthi you fitted in like a button, glove in hand. Ngendlela leni khone kusebenzisana ngayo ne team and the ministry. We want to thank everyone who has come and everyone who has organized and put this event together so marvelously. Siyathanza nekubonga nasisilapha hawu minister ukhulume wacetha bekunene ngabe ngisangeda. Siyabonga. Amen.